best thing about making it big is making a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand it when I hear artists say, something's too commercial, or it reaches too wide of an audience. I always thought that's why you made music, to make a whole bunch of people happy. So I'm proud to be a pop star. I'm proud to have a label that puts out pop and commercial music that a wide audience could love. I don't think my mind is limited to the point where I could just produce. I think my mind is so busy and so thirsty for different knowledge and different experiences that my mind would go crazy if I was just a producer. Biggie just wasn't an artist to me. He was my friend. He was one of my best friends. When I was back in '96, I was just like, I was knowing '97 was gonna be the biggest year ever, because I knew all the records we had coming out. I knew all the plans me and Biggie had together as far as going on tour, and just like really putting it down for hip-hop, represent for hip-hop all over.
Is there any classic rock or pop song that you really would never fool with, and kind of redo or retweak?
No, there's none I really feel is sacred that I couldn't. I don't think that I couldn't make it more today, make people understand. When I sample things, it's to make people, like a lot of the young kids that listen to my music now, younger kids, they never heard Cyndi Lauper or Sting, or, you know what I'm saying, or James Brown. And I feel like it's a shame to hold all of that back.
Can you stay this hungry, though? I mean, after all the success, after the things you want to be a good father, you want to fall in love again, can you stay as hungry as you were before? Isn't something going to be lost if you want to build your personal life?
I think that as long as I plant the seeds for my dreams, it will flourish. I think that other people are gonna have to come and pick up the baton, because I'm definitely gonna make sure at the end of the day that no matter what, if I gotta lose it all, that my sons love me, and that I'm able to fall in love with somebody, and I'm able to be happy.
I wanted to ask you about this P. Diddy thing now. Are you supposed to be P. Diddy now? Are we supposed to address you in that way? That can't be serious.
No,
right?
no.
Okay.
You could address me.
Sean.
That's what the kids used to call him when he was young.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they called you, Puffy.
Sean Puffy. Yeah, P. Diddy came from Biggie. A lot of people real close to me have called me P. Diddy for over the years. That's what the album was entitled, P. Diddy and the
What does the
Bad
P
Boy
stand for,
Family.
Puffy?
Yeah.
Puffy Diddy?
Yeah, no, P, it's like you would have to ask Big. I don't know, I never even asked Biggie.
Listen to the track Diddy.
Yeah, listen to the track Diddy on the album.
Cool.
Well, I'm about to have my acting debut in a film. It's a film called Made. It's directed and produced by Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. They star in it also. And I'm making my acting debut. I wanted to sneak in a very quiet but big way. Young America, man.
Yeah.
Show the whole world that you could be diverse and do a lot of different things. And a lot of times people say we doing too many things, but you never doing too many things. We making some records.
Yeah.
We all over the airwaves right now.
you
Bad Boy, we all over. We are all over.
Big screen now.
Oh man, we got the movies. We got the clothes.
Fashion.
Yeah.
What do you think about a lot of rap artists in the vein of you are starting their clothing lines? I know Busta Rhymes has Bushi, Jay-Z got Rockaware.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is that the natural progression for artists?
I think that we have such an impact on fashion and lifestyle that rap artists and record executives and moguls are trying to figure out a way to connect the dots with everything and give their own style and point of view. When I decided to do making a band, I wanted to make sure that it was different, that it was real. I felt that once you got 12 to 16 kids living in one house, crammed into one house, all from the inner city communities, having a hip-hop background, being part of the hip-hop culture and lifestyle, that you would have anything could basically happen.
Are there other mountains to climb?
To be honest, I'm really starting over. I've had a nice long run, and I feel blessed and extremely fortunate, but I'm starting over. I'm back in the studio more. The criteria of making a Bad Boy record is really paying attention to the details, making sure it's the best that we could give when we put out, from the mix to the vocals to lyrical content to the melody. But most importantly, we always represented music that gave you a feeling. we represent music that makes you dance, makes you feel good. Being politically conscious, politically aware, don't just think that politics is a situation that's boring and that doesn't need your attention. It's something that you can't affect or change. Introduce yourself again for me, sir.
I'm Barack Obama. I'm the U.S. Senate candidate from the state of Illinois.
And you becoming a black Democratic senator, this is a big deal. This is a big deal.
Well, absolutely. You know, we've got 100 U.S. senators from across the country, and right now not one is African American.
The name has changed. We made it simpler. We removed the P. The P was getting in between us. You know, this is that we entering the age of Diddy. It's 5 letters, 1 word. We making it clear and concise. A lot of my peeps in music, they've been calling me Diddy, so it's not a drastic change for them. But you know, different people all over the world, they didn't really know what to call me. So we made it simple. I think I used to chase No Way Out, or used to chase previous success, but not no more. You know, I was able to sit back and realize how blessed and successful I've been, and ready for the next phase, the next experience. You know, 10 years for Bad Boy was, you know, that was like my dream come true. 10 years for Sean John was something that I never really, I didn't have that in the dream plan. That came, and then, you know, as I was dreaming about it, I was like, I wanted to be big. But it's a huge accomplishment, you know, to have a record label and a clothing line, you know, last so long. When I started it, you know, a lot of people didn't really respect me as a designer. They didn't know how involved that I was. I think the time is going on after winning the CFDA award, which is the Oscars of fashion. People really started to stand up and respect it. I'm just focused with music all around me, you know, and focused with the great ones. It's like playing basketball. You could be all right, but if you go out on that court every day, I don't care who you are, and you start playing with Jordan, Dwayne Wade, Kobe, and Shaq, and they playing pickup games on your block, you gonna be something. If you just playing with scrubs, you gonna be a scrub. I define power in a couple of different ways. I couldn't really answer it one way. I define it in impact, the impact you have. Is it positive? Is it negative? There's 2 ways your power could go. The impact your power has. Does it invoke emotion? Does it change? Can you walk in a room and make it a better place? Can you enter somebody's life and make their life a better world? Can you change somebody's life for the better? To me, that's power, if you could do that. Number 2 is longevity. Power for, like, you know, a year, that ain't no power. You know what I'm saying? Being in the game, being around, impacting a culture for decades, that's power. And one of the things I'll have to say is relationships. You know, relationships are key. And power, how many relationships you have, where you've done things for people, where you have helped people out, and your relationships are strong. And also I base power, finally, as far as love, the love you have for whatever your craft is and whatever you're doing. And I think that comes back. The hip-hop has always been just a strictly young, you know, quick game. 4 or 5 years and that person's broke. They've never experienced nobody getting finer with time, nobody getting better with time, nobody experiencing longevity. So it's just gonna take a minute for them to have, they're gonna have to accept it, just to be honest, because it's like, with me and Jay, you're gonna have to get down and lay down anyway though, because there's other rules to this game that you're gonna have to abide by, that at the end of the day, we understand, you know what I'm saying? And we understand the importance of telling the truth. And that's some things that, you know, if you're just getting into the game, you probably telling a lie anyway, because you talking somebody else's game. You know what I'm saying? So if we still here, we here because we telling the truth. We on that. That's number 1. Number 2 is we have certain relationships. Number 3 is we know how to make hit records. And at the end of the day, that's what this thing is about.